This is going to be a 2019 Toyota Highlander. This is the XLE, all-wheel drive, non-hybrid, so a V6. For the most part, from what I can tell, they did do like a decent clean on it. Put brand new tires. Looks like the brakes are newer on the vehicle as well. Drives really good. Does everything you ask it to. Paint's in great shape. It's like this brown gold, but it's silver. As far as like condition of paint, there's basically just a little shopper dings, so parking lots and stuff, kind of all out on the sides. My main concern on the exterior wise would be for this chip on the hood. Right here, it's got a bit of surface rust showing there, so I'd get that treated before it expands in the paint and bubbles it. And then some light scratching on this side, so you'll see some scratches here, some more here, some nail scratches, some more dings here, but really not too bad. Plastics have some white, so just some oxidation. They make kits to restore that. Makes it look a lot better with the plastics not being white. And then it does have a roof. Doesn't look like it was ever really used, but it has it, which is awesome, because this being a 19, trying to find stuff that's made for it becomes a hassle. All the lights and everything work as intended. This vehicle is a radar car, so it does have the adaptive cruise and all of that with the lane keeps. It is the original Toyota glass. So it's supposed to have like the heated wipers and everything up here. As far as I could tell, there's a very, very, very small little chips, nothing that would be cause for alarm. And that's going to be your exterior. So here in the engine bay, overall really clean. Looks like they did get some pretty good chemical details going on here. Good sign of that is the white on the rubber here. It's like a glaze, and that can end up like drying the rubbers out over time, so something to keep an eye on. Brake fluids are really good. This is an electric power steering system, so there's an electric motor on the rack on the back. Oil level is super clean, looks great. I've had a couple Toyotas where that's dark even after an oil change, which is just a sign of poor maintenance. This is very good. Belts and hoses all check out really good, and battery is newer, about a couple months old. They did do a corrosion treatment on here, which is always good in our area. And then filters have been replaced when they did the recon. So main concern for me is just keep an eye on the hoses. That's just a sign of like moisture coming out. And it's from the chemicals that some detail places use, because you can literally rub that layer off. So just keep an eye on those. They might dry out over time. Cracks in that cause vacuum leaks, all kinds of weird stuff. Aprons and everything are really good. Nothing looks like it was touched in here. Factory seams and everything are still there. All the bolts don't look like they've been messed with. And crash bar is down in there. Looks great. We're gonna stop there. Okay, so this is a really clean underside, so this will be really quick. Start from the front like this with my little mirror. I just always like to make sure there's nothing hanging, nothing's in sagging, any dragging. Plastics are all still in their positions. They're not chewed up or scratched up like they've been dragging along the ground, and everything's nice and dry. So it looks really good up in the front here. We're gonna go off to the corner areas for lift points. On the driver front corner now, so you have your front lift point and your body. This is a pinch weld, it's where everything kind of meets, floor and then rocker. Really good shape. It's not bent over or folded like some of them you see. Heat shields are all still there, as well as the plastic shielding. Very nice. You can see your cat on that far side. The exhaust is really clean for this area. I'm surprised. It looks, I mean, it's really similar to like if I went and got a showroom cars and inserted the exhaust. It's funny. This is going to be driver's side still on the rear lift point, in really good shape. Control arm's in good shape as well. The bushing looks nice. Doesn't look too worn out or anything. They get a lot of debris and everything from the road, so it's good to keep an eye on stuff like that. We're going to go straight from the back. So this is where you're going to see your spare, rear subframe, rear diff. It's going to be your main muffler and like secondary muffler on the tailpipe here. Really good shape. Control or subframe and everything, the control arms look good. They're not all rusted out or anything. You'll see some surface rust forming on like the welds. That's pretty normal. That's because there's like a mild steel in that area, and it's just pretty much where it forms at. You can do undercoatings, but I don't think you're anywhere there needed. So passenger side, rear lift point area. Control arm also in good shape. Here's that primary muffler. Pinch weld in really good shape. Floor pan you can see really good. More plastics. Looking really good here. Last corner here. So this is your front lift point. Still looks pretty good. You see a little bit of separation on there, but nothing dramatic. Floor pan and everything looks really good on this side. Alright, so we are back into the vehicle. I always start at the wheel here, so a lot going on. This does have adaptive cruise control. You activate it here and then change the settings here for lane keep and distance. Climate's coming on, so it's going to be a little loud. I'm going to try and turn this down some. Sorry. And then you do have your menu controls for this screen here, and then volume, radio controls, and phone calls. It does have automatic lights with automatic high beams. You can disable the start stop. You will have to do it every single time if you want to. It's an emissions thing. We can't disable it. Shops are not allowed to disable it, so just keep that in mind. And that is supposed to be heated window wash. Kind of hard to test that in the middle of a 90-degree day. Screen here seemed to track me well on the map, and then it also does have the backup area. I didn't get any radar, but it does have like a distance here, and the red line is like, hey, you should stop. Radio works good, sounds good. Mileage at the end of the drive, 50,218, which is really low mileage for these. For this year, these things got drove a lot because Toyotas go far. We're gonna stop here, look from the outside in. Alright, so from the outside in, door cards are in really good shape. There's no rips or tears in the leather, it's still pretty soft. Same with the seat. Power seats on both sides. Plastics nice and secure. And then it does have all-weather mats throughout the car. It looks like they've been there the whole life. It does have heated seats that you can kind of scale up and down. And this kind of opens up both ways with more plug-ins down here. Very deep, lots of space. And then has the cup holders that are adjustable. A few things I want to talk about here. So you do have a snow mode, and then you can do a lock so that your wheels are kind of all trying to do the same thing together. It's kind of a Toyota deal where they lock the center diff or transfer cases up to help with all the wheels doing the same thing. This does have a sunroof that tilts and opens all the way. And then we'll go to the back here. Door cards are in really good shape. Seats back here are really good as well. A little bit of like marks from maybe like a seat or something that was here. A little bit of food schmutz. Does have its own climate control back here. Seems to work responsive. And then another floor mat. Same deal. I'm pretty sure these were there the whole time. In the third row, I folded those down when I was in the trunk portion. Seats are in really good shape. Seat belts all do what they should. And they do have these corner pockets all in good shape. We're going to pause here, go to the other side. Passenger side, so on the rear doors, we do have these privacy deals. Little shades to kind of keep the extra heat out. Seats in really good shape on this side, door card. All looks good. And then front seat here does have the power. And glove box has owner's manual and tools for the crossbars. These are little storage pockets up here as well. And then this little guy here you can pull out so your cord can run through here and plug in, but your phone can actually be up here without the cord going over the shelf. I really like that feature about this. Auto windows on the front. Works as intended. Interior is really good on this for a light color. Alright, we're going to be at the rear liftgate, rear hatch, trunk, cargo area, however you like to call it. So this does have the nice outfit with the all-weather backing on the seats as well, since most of the time these are folded down. You can pull these cords up here and they pop right down. So you have like way more cargo space. This is nicer. Like, I have a Subaru Ascent, right? So similar, but Subaru, we don't have these accordion things. There's just a gap here, and you got to kind of button them together. So that, I love that. Plastics are in really good shape overall in the back. There are some nicks, some scratches, you know, a pretty good one here. But like headliner, everything's in really good shape. Some more marks on this back lift trim plastics, but not too bad. And then under here, so you have your spare tire kit, and then the jack is inside here. It's kind of hard to do one-handed, but yes, I made sure it's in there. And then you pull this plug here, and then you put this guy on here, and you use this tool with the hook to basically lower the spare from underneath the vehicle. They do full height, but not full size for all-wheel drive cars. You still want to just get it taken care of sooner than later. It's not something to run on forever. It is power rear lift gate. It's not the fastest thing, but it doesn't seem to have any issues, so that's good. And that's your rear lift gate. All right, here at this portion, we do a scan of the computer system. Just trying to fight the glare a little bit here. So we had a few faults come up. I'm just going to talk about a couple of them. So the SRS airbag, it says that there was an open in the occupant classification system. It is a history code. Navigation, you have two history codes. One's for the microphone disconnected, and the GPS antenna lost connection. And then the last one here, the occupant detection, it's for the passenger buckle switch. And that was also history, right? So these are all history codes. 1 second for the helicopter. Okay, helicopter went by. So anytime you see history codes, it doesn't necessarily mean there is a problem. It means that there was a problem in the car, or the problem has been remedied since then. Some of those kind of linger for a little bit. It looks like the battery's newer, so it could be part of the disconnection for your GPS and microphone. And then the lost communication, it could be as easily as one of the guys in the lodge just not putting a seatbelt on while you drive around. It could just set like a note about that going off. So there's that. We're gonna pause here, go to the monitors. All right, we are on the monitors. So they're all checking out good except for our EVAP system. Now, typically what I see when I'm doing all these lot cars, they leave it so empty on fuel. As you can see, my range says refuel, not even like an actual amount, and we're buried on the needle. Light was on when I got in the car. Now, anytime your fuel tank is mostly empty, your system is going to be, come on. My goodness, sorry about the focus here. The sun's like right in its face. Let's try this. So basically your system's full of mostly vapor instead of like actual fuel in there, so it's just taking a long time to get a good signal. If you're having faults with your EVAP, typical things you'll have is hard startability, so the car will kind of chug a few times before it fires up, especially when fueling up the car full, or like a rotten egg smell, sulfur smell, or just general lack of power. None of those I really felt. Like I said, it's typically something I see when they give me the car with no fuel in it. So nothing that would really concern me here. We're just going to keep going forward. Last thing I always point out here, we want to make sure this VIN is the same that's on the car itself and the paperwork and all that, obviously, and it does match. So we're going to stop here. All right, for the last bit, I always try to make it look alive, kind of light everything up. Car's really sharp, low mileage, very well taken care of. It has new brakes, new tires, drives great. I didn't have a lot of fuel when I got in the vehicle, just said refuel for the range, so I didn't get to go on a super long drive. We did have an EVAP monitor that didn't get to finish its cycle. Typically I see that on cars that are really low fuel in these lots. Not really anything that concerns me. We had some codes for the occupant sensor in the passenger front seat buckle, and then some GPS antenna and the microphone disconnected. Could be when they replaced the battery that those two came on. They are all history, nothing current. Underneath the hood, everything looked really good. The oil is very clean still, so it means it was not neglected. These oils on Toyotas, they always stay really hard to see. That's how you know you're doing okay. No real damage. I did talk about a chip on the front that's rusting a bit. Probably want to get that taken care of before it bubbles in the hood, just because it's exposed first to all the elements. Great little car, very good condition. We'll stop right there.